feel like we proved, not only to other people but to ourselves that, we could play with anybody in the country. We always felt like we could play with anybody in the country, not, us beating up on smaller schools and stuff like that. We always feel like, we could compete with the best of the best, and I just felt like tonight we went out and showed that.
What do you attribute most to sort of this offensive explosion? I mean, since Notre Dame, with the exception of that weird LSU game where so many of you guys were out, you guys have been kind of on fire offensively. What is there one thing you can pinpoint that really has unlocked you all offensively?
Really just, us making shots and really executing, Players got to show up in games, and just at the end of the day, it's about players making shots, really. And, over these courses of practices and stuff, we've been doing a lot of shooting drills, making sure, us shooters are shot ready, getting the ball out quick, and just really making shots, shoot the ball straight, as Coach Cal always says. So as long as you shoot it straight, you got a chance. And, we really just can't rely on Oscar, all the time to, try to carry us in big games. A lot of other guys, we all got to step up as a whole, and we all pinpoint that, and we all felt like that's what we did today. We all stepped up and executed.
What did you think of the crowd, and how much do you think, especially at the beginning of the game, did you guys feed off that?
Say that one more time, please.
What did you think of the crowd,
Oh.
and how much did you feed off of that, especially at the beginning of the game?
So like we come out, so like we go back to the locker room and come back about like 3 times. So like the first 2 times, when we just warmed up, as people were coming in, we're like, this is packed in, normally than what we see. So it was just like we already knew it was gonna be a really good game. Crowd was gonna be into it. And then the last time we came up to warm up, right before tip-off, we just seen a lot of people, and I was just looking up to the very top, and I seen people up there standing, screaming. So, the crowd, they came in with a lot of intensity, and I just felt like we matched their intensity. They, like, majority of the game they were standing up, screaming. So, like, we could just feel how electrifying it was to not only myself, but to everybody on the team. It just gives us a real confidence boost knowing that we got a fan base behind us that believes in us.
Yeah, TyTy, I asked you the other day about getting that first shot and kind of building momentum. It seemed like all of you guys had that going today in each half, hitting shots early. How much do you think you guys kind of rode some momentum?
Yeah, early we came out, they scored first, I think, and then we came back, scored. And, like, we didn't want it just to be like they scored, we scored. So, like, we had to take some pride in defense. But offensively, we just got out in space and ran in transition. And Granddad got it started a little early. I mean, I think he made probably 3 threes in a row or something like that. So he got it started early for us. And once we know he's getting it going, we already know, like, we're all going to feed off of his energy, and we're all going to, play how he's playing. Xavier was getting to the lane, pretty easy in the beginning of the game. And once he's doing that, that just opens up so much for others around us because he can always – he's a great passer. We all know that. So with him getting to the rim, finishing for himself, opens up the whole game for everybody else.
Did I hear you correctly, Granddad?
Yeah, Granddad Grady.
What does he think of that nickname?
He embraces it. He has to. He has no other choice. He has to. Like, that's his name. And he understands that. He understands, he's one of the vets on the team. So he's going to be Granddad for the rest of his life to me.
TyTy, for you, is there something about these matchups, individual matchups? I mean, you mentioned, Chandler and obviously Tennessee is a ranked team. Is there just something for you personally that turns it up another level where you feel sort of a competitive, an extra level of competitive fire? I know that you've got something to prove when you're going against somebody that is well thought of.
Not necessarily. I mean, each and every game, I feel like I always want to win my matchup. I feel like the first fight is always with yourself. So I feel like if I could just get the mentality of like I'm gonna go out here and destroy whoever's in front of me on both sides of the ball, and I just feel like I have a really good game, even if I'm not scoring or anything like that. So, I mean, I wasn't really looking at it as a big Kennedy Chandler versus TyTy matchup, you know. I was just looking at it as Kentucky versus Tennessee, a good little rivalry in Rupp. So I know we had to come out and, you know, play aggressive and get the dub.
Do you have any other questions for TyTy? If not, we'll let TyTy go at this time. Thanks so much and congratulations on the win.
Thank you, guys.